It's 2011 still, as it was a very long year, and I'm blessed with so much. A baby boy, a beautiful wife, a smorgasbord of video games, and a Ferrari. What more can a guy want? I mean, that was the ultimate dream, or was it? Because driving around this Ferrari, it just felt like something was missing. And I didn't have this feeling with the NSX. Welcome to 2011, where I spent thousands, and I mean thousands of hours playing multiplayer on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, my favourite Call of Duty of all time. So it's 2011 and I'm enjoying my Ferrari to an extent, but I'm finding it's mainly left in the garage. I actually found myself washing and polishing the car more than I did drive it. And it spent most of its life in between arcade machines or in my next door neighbour's driveway. It got to the point where Mandy would drive it more than me. The difference is Mandy was petrified to drive it. Even Luke was a bigger Ferrari fan than me. So I called up my car wholesaler friend Stan and told him I'm quite bored with this Ferrari 360. He then tells me, well, have I got a job for you? I want you to fly to Sydney. Hang on, fly?
Uh-oh, because there's an airplane out there.
Yeah, that's right, and everybody's boarding. Let's go.
Airline travel is very dangerous.
But don't be silly. It's the safest travel in the world. You're going to love this. Trust me.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, flying and me just don't get along. But hang on. He wants me to pick up a Lamborghini Gallardo. That's right, a Lamborghini. Like, this is my chance to drive a Lamborghini. I'll do it. So after trembling for about an hour, I get into Sydney, I do some sightseeing, I check into the apartment he's booked for me, and I go and pick up this beautiful yellow Lamborghini Spider. Now I had to take it to some place that he designated and have that black stripe removed. Then the wheels had to be changed to the original wheels. I would then have to drive the distance of 800 kilometres to my house, detail the car and deliver it to the customer, who was fairly local to me. Then 2 weeks later I had to pick up a Ferrari. Then a week later another Ferrari. And then an Audi A6. Basically, I was becoming Stan's salesman. I would pick them up from the destination, prep them and detail them, then drop them to the buyer. You would fall in love with cars all the time. It was like a dream. Most of the time, I'd actually deliver cars to dealerships, and that was quite cool. I have to say my favourite car was a pretty much brand new Lamborghini Murcielago. It had 1,800 kilometres on it and was the only red one in the whole Australia. There were BMs and Mercs, and even Mandy had to help deliver the cars. Now Mandy, being in the insurance industry, asked if any of the cars were insured. And believe it or not, none of them were. Stan had this whole philosophy about insurance and gambling, and he said in his 45 years of being a car salesman, he's had 2 accidents. And if he had to pay insurance on all these cars, he would be broke. And he told me, never insure your car. Believe me, save your money, and if you have a bingo one day, it's very rare that lightning will strike twice. So I listened to his advice, as my grandfather once told me, and vowed not to have insurance. I always had third-party insurance, so if I hit someone else, they would be covered, but for our own car, it just didn't matter. Now this is all well and good, but I still had to finish off my video games room. And while doing some final touches on the roof, I cut myself that bad I started to pass out. Then while trying to climb down the scaffold, I fell and broke my ribs.
Hi guys, Jess here, and welcome to The Last Gamer. You're probably expecting Joel, but he's fallen off some scaffolding and broken his ribs. He's in hospital, he's been there for a few weeks, but he's okay. He's probably going to kill me, but I've checked his emails and seen there's over 600, so I thought I'd do an update for you guys. Now, I don't know how to do his software and use it and everything like that, so you won't be seeing the little Last Gamer thingy at the bottom, so I do apologise. So what he's trying to do is move into the room behind, which was the computer room, and now he's setting it all up as new modern consoles in there. He's upgrading his equipment, almost all of it at the moment. He's got his Marantz amp. He only buys Marantz. All his Marantz amps in the house are obviously by them.
Now at this point, Marantz were one of our sponsors along with Yamo and Sharp. So Yamo would supply me the speakers, Marantz would supply me the amps, and of course Sharp the TVs. But I was in the AV industry and I did know all those companies and the bosses quite well.
THX projector. Again 3D, and he's wrapped with this one as his whole cinema was originally THX.
And the last sponsor was JVC, and they were happy as long as that projector was shown every 5th or 6th video. How cool's that?
The camera can't pick up the screen in this light, but it's absolutely breathtaking in the dark. Now, this one he's been hanging for, and I think it's actually released in Australia by the time he gets home, as he's coming home tonight, which is pretty exciting, is Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception.
Now all the games, the consoles and the joypads are courtesy of Game Traders, my sponsor for video games. So I had some sponsors for AV and I had sponsors for video games, and that was Game Traders, and they really looked after me. Basically all the games were free, so how can I go wrong? So Jess just decided to grab the camera and find some footage on the hard drive of us counting my video games. This was for the Guinness, even though I didn't go for the Guinness at this stage. And she just went around and showed, I guess, the house. She kind of did her own little room tour or house tour. And the way Mandy and Jess set up the room was awesome, like with all the games surrounding me and kind of the drawers in the middle and the CRTs, the 2 CRTs there, and my retro consoles. It looked fantastic. I loved the room set out like this. Now let's look at some highlights of Blog 14. The title, A New Arrangement.
Do it because we've been renovating pretty much the whole house again, or finishing things off I should say. I just had a new kitchen put in. It's going to be finished by this weekend. So that'll be good. It used to be over there and it's been moved to here, and dining room's been put there. Now, this is a big deal for us. I always use the computer a lot, and I kind of get in Alex's way when he's editing, and sometimes I'm doing stuff in the background. He can't, do his own thing. So we've got purpose computers now. So this is only for video editing, and it's 2 screens. It's pretty much now Alex's computer, and that's mine. Just got a new computer.
It's actually amazing how many times I say this.
Sorry if I sound tired. I've hardly had any sleep with all the renovations.
Yep, as most of you know, I've never been a big sleeper. And what else was Jess doing?
Okay, we're in the arcade room, and as you can see, Jess is painting the entrance wall yellow. Kind of represent like more of an arcade, have psychedelic colours and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's about it. How you been, Jess?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, you haven't been on the blogs for a while?
I know, it's been a while since I did the one since you were out of hospital, I think.
There you go. So I thought we'd just show everyone that you're still alive.
And a question I get asked all the time is, where do you get your shells from? Well, majority of the time, I made them myself.
More time on that. And I have had to make custom shells for the games room. And lastly, I'll leave you with a little bit of a bloopers reel of James Bond. It might even give you a bit of an inkling to what we're doing with this episode. Until next time, I'll talk to you then. Bye. Wasps! You see that wasp?
No, it's not yet.
What the hell, man? What the hell?
That's gotta be an outtake.
Fucking wasps, man! I hate them! I hate them, Alex! Hi everyone, and welcome to another blog. Hope you've all had a good Easter. It was around this time last year that I started this room, so it's kind of an anniversary for this room as well.
Blog number 15, entitled Good Game, was a bit about the Xbox 360, the Star Wars Edition Xbox 360, but there was something else that was very exciting and dear to me, and that was the Nissan Skyline GTR. I actually took one on for a test drive, the brand new R35, and it was so exhilarating.
And the other day I test drove a car that would actually leave my Ferrari for dead. It's the new Nissan GTR. It was actually had a bit of the electronics developed by Polyphony, as some of you may know, the Gran Turismo inventors. Anyway, with that said, I might show you a little bit of a clip. All the way down?
Yep, slam it, slam it. Hold it at 4,000 revs, release.
Shit! Fucking Steve, how do you feel?
Oh, and how can I forget this? I'll be on a show known as Good Game, doing an arcade special, showing all my arcade collection. They actually come to me a few weeks ago, and the date is the 17th of April, 8:30 on ABC2. So that's next week on Tuesday. I hope you all enjoy it and get a chance to watch it. I'll see you next time.
Yes, Stan taught me so much about buying and selling cars, and selling these exotic cars for Stan was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Driving them around to customers and kind of giving them a bit of a workout. But the problem was, as I would deliver to the customers, and as I got to know that circle of people, they weren't very nice, and I knew it's something I had to move away from. Now, speaking of Polyphony before, here's some highlights of an unreleased vlog where I show off my triple screen monitor running 3 PlayStation 3s, all networked, to give you something truly amazing. 1 game, 3 screens.
The main one. Once it's done, that's it. And obviously, you've got your triple screen. I can adjust angle, deflection, all that type of thing. And yeah, you can do, there's quite a lot involved in these things. I won't go through all them now. Gran Turismo 5, I was going to say 3 then. Gran Turismo 5 triple screen, and in a couple of weeks I'll do a Forza 4 triple screen now that I've done a tutorial on the connection of it. I'll do the Xbox 360. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.